place in Kenya. First, I'm informed that in 2020, the Public Service Performance Management Unit commenced automation of the performance contracting processes that were previously carried out manually. This is being done through a fully homegrown online government performance contracting information system. The ultimate goal of this system is a fully automated end-to-end system where all relevant performance contracting processes are carried out online. It is worth pointing out that the system ensured continuity of service delivery during the challenging COVID-19 pandemic. Hence, the GPCIS should be emulated by other efforts to automate service delivery. Commissions and independent offices while taking cognizance of their autonomy. Its rollout will re-engineer the organizational, operational, and institutional framework for guiding performance management services in Kenya's public service. Thirdly, my office is in the process of developing a public service performance management bill, which will be the overarching law to fully anchor the performance management function in the entire public service institution at both levels . Financial year. But in the subsequent financial years, the focus of the performance contracts will be based on, among others, the priorities agreed during the cabinet retreat held at the beginning of this year in Nanyuki, chaired by yourself. In order to realize this, all public institutions must ensure that their respective key priorities are included in their performance contracts. Your Excellency, one of the internationally accepted performance management principles is accountability and transparency of a government performance management system, which means providing factual feedback about the performance of government. Therefore, the annual performance evaluation and release of the report for the financial year 2021-2022 marks a momentous occasion since it provides the baseline for performance commitments in the next financial year and also some reflection. Allow me, therefore, to reflect on a matter that should not escape our collective attention. Your Excellency, just before Easter, the Public Service Commission 2021-2022 annual report indicts ministries, departments, and agencies for incurring colossal financial penalties through court awards because of failure to honor contractual obligations. The Public Service Commission reveals that most losses are occasioned when state entities enter into contracts without adequate budgeted and approved funding. Common breach of contracts begs the questions: do frequent breaches of contracts arise out of inept due diligence or sheer negligence by MDAs? Do staff in procuring entities understand procurement laws, and that it is their responsibility to ensure contractors fulfill their obligations and that government receives the goods and services it paid for? Or should we conclude they know the rules but choose to ignore them for a benefit? The legal framework for public procurement is set out in Article 227 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, and in several sections of the Public Finance Management Act, number 18 of 2012, and the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act of 2015. Your Excellency, public resources are not infinite. Constant losses cannot be entertained. Under Section 44 of Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act of 2015, accounting officers take responsibility for failure to ensure procurement is within approved budgets and procurement plans. Indeed, that section requires the provisions of Section 68 of the Financial Management Act. Compliance with the law is therefore not optional. Section 79 of the Act makes it mandatory for public officers to comply with laws regulating public procurement. We cannot condone laxity, wastage, and losses anymore. It is time to strictly apply the penalties accruing from Section 72. Accounting officers failing to manage public assets to achieve value for money will henceforth be penalized. The same applies to application of Section 74(4). Public officers who breach accounting responsibility by making or permitting expenditure that is unlawful will be discharged. I have deliberately highlighted these issues because they are at the center of perennial loss of resources arising from lost cases in courts of law. Going forward, we will soon issue a clear framework to address these deficiencies and make officers more accountable. Your Excellency, in order to fulfill the commitments made to our people, it is paramount that the whole public service honestly puts to practice the tried and time-tested result-based performance. To ensure that this is done, my office will ensure compliance with the annual performance contracting cycle timelines. This is besides holding quarterly meetings with principal secretaries to monitor achievements of agreed performance targets. In this context, a motivated human service resource remains core to performance management and service delivery. In order to promote productivity, innovation, and creativity in public service, youth and personnel living with disabilities require to be motivated. My office is developing a framework for an under 35 Employee of the Year annual award for this category of public officers. The award may be in the form of promotion and scholarships for such employees who demonstrate commitment and excellence in performance, innovation, and creativity that translates to effective public service delivery. This award will also enhance the visibility of target employees who exhibit high leadership growth potential across the public service. In conclusion, I do recognize the support and contributions of all our partners and collaborators in ensuring the institutionalization of performance management in the public service. Asanteni sana. It was a bit long, but I thought I had to convey this message. It is now my singular pleasure to invite His Excellency the Deputy President, Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua, to come forward, make his remarks, and invite His Excellency the President.